Hello guys, my name is Arek, I'm from Poland, and at the beginning of this video I would like to say sorry for some noises you can hear in the background, but I'm recording on my balcony, so just some sounds uh, cannot be clarified, but I'll try to do my best in editing to clear it up for you. And in today's video, which is the first video after I think the 1 year break from making origami tutorials, or even 2 years, I think so. The origami we are going to do today is this Diplodocus. I've designed it not that much ago. The tutorial origami will be a little bigger and more precise because this one has some, this bulky weird look, but on the bigger paper, which I have here, it will look much better. So for some of you that are afraid if the folding will be not clear as much as it could, I've made a quick pattern here, so you can recreate the basic folds from the beginning of the tutorial. Do not have any difficulties with making it here. That's how it's going to look like after basic foldings. Alright, so let's go. Alright, so here's our sheet of paper. It's the ordinary origami paper. You can use maybe some kind of tissue paper, or maybe some packaging paper. It's also working for this sort of origami. So the first thing we are about to do is to fold this paper across the corners. So we're going to fold this corner to the opposite one, like that. Try to make this fold as tough as you can, so it will be more visible after the main part of folding, so you can be more sure about the lines you're going along. So now we have to do the opposite side fold, I will say. So we have to fold this corner going to this corner. So let's just do it. Alright, so now we have to unfold this, and we are going to make 4 folds more from each of the edges to this line over here, and these edges too. So let's just begin with folding this edge to this middle line going across the paper. The first fold is made, so we can now do the opposite one from this mirror look. Okay, and now we have to do just same folds but on the other side, so with these two edges along this line. So we're making first fold from this part, and the other. Funny thing about Diplodocus, because I suppose most of us, when you hear the Diplodocus name, you already have in front of your eyes the creature that was presented in Walking with Dinosaurs, the Dawn of Titans. I suppose that was the second episode of this series, and it would be pretty much right, but there is a really important difference, because Diplodocus didn't have that diagonally looking neck. It were directing more upper to make it possible to be able to eat some of the plant food, which was the basic diet for him. And now, alright, so now we have these folds made. So now we're going to turn the paper upside down like that and make a fold which will go along here with this corner along this line. So let's make it. Okay, now we're rotating the paper and doing the same but on the other side. Is that all clear for you? I have to check. Yes, it's clear. Okay, so let's do it. And the other side here. Awesome. Okay, now we have these folds made. What that give us from this moment of time? Now we have to do the folds along these edges. So we have to do the fold, the triangle fold here along these edges here and here. So these edges will help us to direct the fold, so we have to keep them on this position. It will be much easier. So just by holding this part with your two fingers and putting your hand in under the paper, you are going to pull it a little bit up and fold it along this line like that. It's supposed to be easy. If you'll have some difficulties with it, just follow the instructions I've showed you on my notebook I have here. So there you can see where the folds should go on this part here. That's the moment we are of making these folds and these folds. Now we are going to do the fold on this side. So by putting these two fingers tight to the paper and pushing this a little up, we are directing the fold along this edge here. And let's check if we made it. Yes, we've made it. It looks pretty fine to me. Alright, so now let's do the same thing on the opposite side. So we're going to press it here and here and fold it like that. And now the opposite side, press it like here and fold it along the edge like that. Alright, we've made these folds. Now we're going to fold after rotating the paper upside down, turning the paper upside down, the folds from these edges to this edge, from those all edges to this middle line. So let's just do it. You can also continue this fold. It will be much easier for you. So let's continue it for you so you can see the idea why we're doing that. You can make these folds to the end on the previous step, but you're just about to see why we were doing that. Alright, so after these folds are made, you can clearly see the edges we're about to follow in these folds. So by grabbing this edge, you have to a little bit force it to be on this side, so these edges have to be the mountain folds. So now let's make a fold that's called valley fold in between them, and exactly middle. So you have to direct one edges to another, and after doing so, by holding the edge, fold the paper that's behind it like that, and turning the paper upside down and doing the same with this edge. So direct it to the edge you're going to follow with this and make a fold. Alright, now you can press it a little bit so it's pretty visible for more going forwards. And now you can unfold this all without this little triangle parts here. Now we're going to turn the paper upside down and now do the same edge but with this, the same fold with this two lines going across the middle line. So folding this in half like that and doing the valley fold in between this mountain fold by pressing here the edges in between. You can see how it's done. And by rotating the paper, continuing this with this one. So direct it and fold it. After making the fold, just press it so it will be pretty much visible for more. Oh no, alright, now we can unfold this all, and that's what we get. The next step is to make these folds here and here going like that. So just take one of the folds you can choose, but make sure this side will be not in the pinch here, but will be at the bottom like that. So make these folds like that, and now let's wait for the zoom. Now place these corners down like here, and all the other folds should follow it to make it what we are going to need, just like that. Up here we have to be careful to not ruin the paper. Right, so that's where we are now. We can do now two ways of doing so. The first step, of course, is going to be to fold this with these folds we already have up, that's not the way of doing that. yet, it will be later. Let's do the same on the other side so you can see the difference with the similar, or actually the same sides. Okay, there are two ways. For me, there are two ways to do so. One of them, it's easier but a little bit longer, but the second one is quicker but a little bit it needs more of your fills of the paper. So let's go with the easiest part. So we're going to do the folds from this edge to this edge here, like this. And we'll do the same on the other side. Like that. After doing that, you can unfold this, take one of the layers here, put your finger deeply to the end of the fold here, and by folding like that, press here and push right here. That will be making this fold. It's easier, but they are continuing to that. That will be a little bit easier in my way. Let's just make sure all parts are equally and there are no imprecise link at this part, so it won't come out at the latest part of the tutorial. And continue the same tactic on this mirror side here. So by pressing here, put the finger right to the end, fold here, press and push. Pretty easy, right? And now, that's the funny part, because in my opinion, the second way I'm going to show you, it will be much more easier for this part here, because we are going to do the reversing these folds inside here. To do so, we have to open this space a little bit here, just like that, put our finger to this tip, push it up, and just following these folds, reverse them like that, that, and now just make the rest of the folds. Okay, that's what we were about to do here. My way of doing this, it's much easier. We're just folding this down, actually not folding but pressing like that, open this whole space up, and by checking the fold of this, make here a triangle. You have to choose from both sides, and here you have it, and just press it down. It should make the same thing. Does it? Yes, it does. You see, we've just made, by actually one move, which is a little bit more complicated, 3 latest movements. And now just folding this part down here along these lines, and here fold up like this, and just end the folds here. Okay, both ways of doing one thing, you choose which you prefer. Alright, now we'll go to the closest look, so it will be more visible for you. Alright, so we have a closest look for that, so it will be much more visible for you. Okay, so after we have this part here, we can make here a fold. This fold is already made, but on this layer all we have to do, because here the fold is not, because this is this part of paper we've made at the beginning, just open the space with making this fold from the inside, and by pressing here it's supposed to make its fold on its own without our much help. Alright, now just fold this down. Okay, now we have this part here made. The thing we're going to do now is to take this part a little bit more down here, so it will be this part and this part, so it will make a tail and the neck of our sauropod dinosaur. Okay, so for doing that, where the fold is down, and fold this little tip, which is over here. Let's wait for the zoom to make it. Okay, which is over here, to fold this to this line, this part here. Okay, the fold is made, so now we have to pull it like that, and there comes hard part in this model, because we have to put our finger inside here and press this all space to the sides to make the original fold, which is down here, goes up. And then we will open this little space over here and pressing it with the finger, so it will be continued like that and that. And then after this is made, we can easily close this part here and do the same on the other side. So let's make this a little pull again. Put the fingers inside and direct this all space to the sides, so the original fold will comes out like that, and close this part here, and there you have it. Now you can see it's a little longer than other parts. Okay, and do the same on this side. So fold this down, fold it up, pull it, place the fingers inside, put the finger inside. You can do it at once, it will be actually much easier for you, so I'll show you that way. So after pulling this, oh, that's a little too much, sorry for that. So pulling this place up and putting both of your fingers at the same time, this space will automatically open here. So you can easily, by pressing here your finger, make this fold going on the other side. And that's much easier if you do this way than doing this one by one. So let's say that's the official version. I'll have to change something in my diagrams so it will be more clear for you. And after doing that, we have this space here, and this much longer than it were before. You see? That's pretty cool looking at this point now. So we have to now fold these tips to the sides of the model. And now another pretty hard movement, and then more precisely, we have to make this little triangle part in the middle fold. I mean, you have to press it so it will fold like that. Like that, you know. But I'm going to show you the way step by step. If you press here a little bit and move your fingers, you can feel the edge inside. So you have to fold the paper along this edge, and you see it will perfectly match to the corner. So just doing this on both sides. Okay, and now by turning the paper on the other side, fold these two edges to this line over here. So let's do it. Folding one edge, just like that, and folding the other edge, just like that. This model is actually at the beginning of designing. It might get upgraded, and I'm not saying that that's the last video of Diplodocus. Maybe there will be part 2.0, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, now unfold this, and now if you check inside, we've created this fold. And now it's much easier, because after opening here this space and putting your finger inside here, you can just follow this fold like that, and do the same on the other side. So just open the space like this, and here, and continue folds on this sides. Okay, after doing so, you'll come with something more or less like this. And now all you have to do is just press these fingers to the middle part and putting your second finger to make this space a little wider. And after doing some corrects in the foldings, you have the perfectly balanced model here. See, it stays still. There is no bigger part on this side or on this side, and that's what we wanted. And now we are going to do the legs of our sauropod. To do so, we have to fold this down like that, and the same on this side like that. And after doing that, we're folding this up, and fold these parts like we've done this with the upper ones. Okay, after this fold is made, we have to unfold it and fold it inside of this layer here. So let's do it. And the same on all of these legs. Okay, and there are just two left. I'll try to do it quick because I think the person who watched my videos are pretty familiar with this sort of movements, but for those who are not, I'll present it here slower. You have to choose, because here we have three layers, right? There's 1, 2, 3. You have to choose the one with this fold we've made before, because it will be perfectly matched with the layer count. Then these two, like these two layers here. So you're opening space, pressing it down, and folding like this. And that's all. It's pretty simple move. Okay, so after having this one, we are going to fold this model like that. And now you can pretty much see what we are going for, and I hope you're pretty excited about it, because I am, because that's one of my, at this point, best and most precise model I've done. It's pretty easy, it's pretty intuitive, and not that simple looking. It's pretty simple to make, but not that simple to look, which is what we want in origami. Alright, so now we have to, we'll wait with this fold. We'll just open the space a little bit for a moment to make the folds inside the leg. So we're folding these parts back, like here, and these ones a little bit with wider fold, like that. See, not the short one like here, but a little wider. And doing the same on the opposite, so a little wider fold, like that. And same story as we've done with this fold. So we're unfolding it and folding inside here, so it will go just like that on the back side, and this folds like this, and the same with here. Alright, and now we're going to do another fold, which will be here like that, and here like that. We'll try to make the positioning a little different, so after folding like that, it won't match at the same direction, because it will look much more interesting if we do so. So we can a little bit fold it much closer here, and this make the folds goes more like backwards, like here, and you see it changed a little bit direction of the folds, and that's what we are wanting to do. I don't think if this worked on this one. Alright, that's how we want it. Alright, and now we make this fold at this side, so we're folding this inside again, and now we're going to, after folding this, press a little bit here so it won't open too much, and put some of the paper material on of this and press it by squeezing and squeezing here, and rotate it by holding it a little bit like that. So we're making the hoofs of the dinosaur, you see? That's what we want to have. And the same on the other side, so by pressing a little bit here, we're opening this paper material which is on the other side, like that, pressing, rotating outside, and we have the same thing we've made on the other side, just fold it a little bit up, and those are our back legs of dinosaur. Now we're going to make the front legs. To do so, we have to do another fold which would go along this line but inside. So we have to do this here and this, and fold this inside like that and like that. After doing so, we will here going to by holding here, open this space a little bit and fold this by a little rotation over here, so it will looks like that. You can fold this pinch a little bit to look it more steady, and that's how we want it to look. And the other side, press here and open this a little space, fold this with rotation and fold a little bit this pinchy side, this pinchy part, and now we can make another folds that will be the tail of our sauropod. So fold this along like that. The fold have to start from this little part like here, so it will be as slim as possible. Of course not too slim, because those were dinosaurs, not the mouse, but still it will look better. And now fold like that. Just make sure if the fold matches to each other, it matches. And now do similar thing but not the same, because we have to fold from this part along this line to make it going the same direction like this fold, so I mean this edge here. So with doing so, we're about to do the fold like that. Now unfold it and fold this part here at the same way. Make sure if they matches each other, they do. And now fold this whole model. You can close this model down like that. And now we have the basic look of our Diplodocus. This longer part is going to be the mouth of our sauropod. So just let's go quickly with this one. Okay, now it's in focus. You have to fold this side, fold this part the back and forward, but in the downward positioning. And now unfold it, open here space, and make these folds but on the opened model here. And after doing this, you can fold this part here and just by pressing here, it actually should, I'll try to do it as visible for you. You have to make this fold like that one by pressing here and direct this second part of this fold to the other side, so it will make more here triangle looking face, which has actually Diplodocus. You see here how it's done. I'll try to open here a little bit so you can see what we've just made. Oh, that was something like that, and by forcing these two things to the sides, these parts of the model, we've made this looking face. It's pretty cute for me. Alright, so after doing that, we can, by holding here, fold this a little bit down with all the layers and a little up, so the neck will be directly a little bit upper, and by holding these parts here, make a little curve of it so it will look more natural. Okay, just like that. And with a tail, it's a simple thing. You can just put it a little bit down like that one, just a little bit. Okay, and with your finger you can play with the tip so it will look like the real Diplodocus tail, which we know were pretty flexible at the end. Alright, and actually that's all I wanted to show you. That's my Diplodocus. It's designed, created and recorded by me, and have fun with folding it. Show me your pictures if you make those model or some others from my latest videos, and I will just going to show you the better look for a second.
All my friends are heathens, take it slow.